Hey, you guys, welcome. We are super excited to have you guys join us for our very first special episode today in regards to Shoot Your Shot. I'm Key.
I'm AJ, and we are excited about y'all joining us, and we can't wait for the show. We have a great season lined up for you.
Yes.
Like, for real.
No, for
you
real.
excited?
I'm super excited.
Man, listen, like, she's not more excited than me, though.
Yes, I am. I really am. I'm super excited. I'm trying to go to somebody's wedding. Like,
I'm trying to be in the wedding. I don't know what she's talking about. But no, like, for real, like, the whole, man, like, it's just dating. New age dating, millennial Christian dating. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it.
In a pandemic.
Like who does that though? Like seriously, it's like I'm ready for it. You gonna kissing with your mask on? Like I'm here for it all. Like seriously, but no, we have a great season lined up for you.
Yes.
Some great contestants. Mm-hmm. We just ready for it. Key, you single?
Yeah.
So before,
first of all, don't put my
No, I'm trying to get. We trying to get everybody. We can't get them to shoot their shot if they don't know. So
exactly.
Listen, pass my girl the ball. Like let her shoot a shot.
Listen, Kobe in that thing.
But before we get started, we want to acknowledge our sponsors for this episode. This episode is brought to you by Imperfect Fitness. You can join the group Imperfect Fitness under construction and go to imperfectfitness.com and you get a free 30-minute consultation.
Yes, because it is sundress season.
And I am going to be looking.
Yeah. And also, you guys, fellas, it's still not too late for you to get your six-pack in a pandemic. It's not too late because we want to see.
I'm going to get mine next year. Like,
you can get yours this year.
I'm going to put my six-pack on layaway. I got a keg right now, 40 ounce. But no, we are really, really excited to have you. And now you're going to hear from one of the show's creators, Miss Vernique.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm so glad you guys tuned in tonight. So, like Key and AJ said, this is actually a very special episode. This is not how the show is usually going to go, but we wanted to just say hi and kind of give you guys an intro to what this is because we're going to need some help from you in order to make this everything that it should be. And so, first of all, in the comments, drop like, are you excited about Shoot Your Shot Live? Like, what's up? And who is single in the building? Like, what's up? Like,
all the single ladies.
Me, chief among them. And so if you could just all just stretch your hands in this direction. But it's not about me. I'll take up an offering later. But I want to... First of all, my girl Alex, I want to bring her on because I want to talk to you guys about the heart behind this show, why it exists. I know y'all was ready with some popcorn, but you could pop some a little later. But Alex and myself are, first of all, if you're not familiar with me, my name is Vernique Esther. I am founder and creator of Authentically Wed. And if you are a part of the family, make some noise. Just drop a heart emoji in the comments. If you are a part of the fam, so we have a group of a little over 3,600 people strong, and we are all ages, men, women, different relationship status. We have single, married, in between, because you know how y'all like to do. Y'all be real.
Listen, in between.
Don't be in between.
Take a little break right now.
So, and we talk, right? We are real about it. And not only that, but we have events when, there's not a virus killing people. Right. We have events, we have live panel discussions. I mean, we just do all kinds of stuff. We have merch. I just dropped a book, but we're not going to plug that. All right, I see fam in the building. What's up? So y'all represented tonight. So that's a little bit about this platform, but Shoot Your Shot Live. So one of our major events is actually called Pillow Talk. And what we do is we have a live panel discussion where we talk about like untouched topics in the realm of relationships. And so our last one was actually called Shoot Your Shot because we realized that there were people in the kingdom who were afraid to do that, like based off of ideology, based off of experiences, whatever. And so we talked about shooting your shot, whether women can shoot their shot, how men should shoot their shot, and just the dating culture in relationships today. And it was really successful in that we even had a shoot your shot day where we encourage people to like hop in some DMs because like, why not?
That's where it goes down.
And
it
was
down in the DM.
because I might slide
women,
huh?
Women to jump in DMs. Women.
Take a leap of faith.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. So, with that being said, we had a dating, a speed dating event back in February, which sold out, and that was amazing. And we realized, like, people who are believers, who are single, all we want is opportunities to actually make connections, right? Everything doesn't have to lead down the altar, but if we want to actually get to a place where, you know, we're making these meaningful connections, we have to get out there somehow. And so what we aim to do is through this particular venue, where we will have couples on, and we'll talk. I'll let Alex talk a little bit about that, but where we have a show like this that kind of brings couple men and women together, Christian singles together in kind of a cool and fun way, while also helping you guys to connect in your own life. So that was kind of the purpose behind it. And I'll let Alex talk about the premise of the show, as well as kind of our heart behind why it exists.
And while Alex is coming to the stage, you know, we're gonna we just want y'all to be mindful that, you know, even though you're single, it doesn't mean that you have to be lonely or alone. So Alex is here now. Take over,
y'all.
Alex.
Y'all know how to make an entrance.
Listen.
Bernice rubbing off on me.
You good? No, you good.
So I was sharing a little bit about, you know, what we do as AW, but so Alex is actually the co-producer of the show, among many, many other things. And so I want you to share like a little bit about our vision and why this show exists. And then we're going to introduce the handsome young men at the bottom of the screen.
I'm actually at the
and
top.
The top two.
So I don't know if Vernique mentioned this, y'all, tech background. So I was running some technical stuff. But back in February, me and Vernique actually worked together. She had a vision for a speed dating event. And me and her came together. And if you was there, go ahead, drop a heart in the comments. It was lit. The mixer was lit. So we had it was.
No, it really was. That was my heart.
So Vernique really had the vision, and she really cares about the people, her AW family. She cares about Authentically Wed and really bringing the art of healthy relationships to everyone. So she wanted to do that event again because it was successful, but then quarantine happened. So me and her, she had this idea. She wanted to do something like speed dating online. And because I helped her with the previous event, she came to me, we talked some things through, and then that's when we came up with our original idea of a dating show. Even though everything did not pan out the way we thought it would, I just believe every detour and halt, just like the technical difficulties in the beginning of this live, is all, sometimes it's just God, redirecting us, and that's definitely what he did in the beginning with how he shifted the show. And then sometimes, you know, the devil don't want us to win because we out here doing something new. We're doing something different. We're charting uncharted territory. Y'all can't talk.
I like that, territory.
You look like territory, but in tongue.
I know, right? I was getting started. So we really just want to do something different. This is something that Christians need. We see it on TV every day. There's 1,000 dating shows from Netflix to, like, even we take it back to the 90s, even probably before that, back in the 70s. There was plenty of dating shows. Yeah. But how many dating shows do you see for Christians? How many dating shows do you see for millennial Christians? I'm waiting. Okay. So, right. So this is something new for us because we are all here, not all of us, but, you know, everyone's here because we care about relationships. Relationships are healthy. Some of us desire to be married one day. And what better way to meet other Christians than through a Christian relationship group? Yep. So, I don't know if I answered your question.
So that's basically the premise of this. And I just want to reiterate that this is actually a special episode. This is not an actual episode. I see you guys like, where are the contestants? we're gonna talk about that as a matter of fact, because y'all know I keep it 100% real at all times. But I want to go ahead and introduce the two people that we have here tonight. In addition to, you know, the casting crew and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Jeremy.
Yo, what's happening? I am Jeremy. Some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. I am part of Authentically Web. I am here to help with casting and production. You know, I'm adding flavor as needed, if you will. So I'm happy to be here.
Flavor.
What?
No, she said something about my wrist. Was it cool? You like wrist,
nice
wrist
watch.
flavor?
Hey, my boy said she said something about my wrist.
I have a love for relationships and connections, and so I really love to be a part of this project, and happy to be a part of it. So we're here.
Would you like to introduce our other guest?
Yes. So this young gentleman that apparently is next to me on my screen, he's below me, but maybe with you guys, he's next to me, is a near and dear friend of mine. He is an eligible bachelor that is going to be featured on our show in upcoming weeks. So be on the lookout, or don't be on the lookout, because we're gonna like set him up. So like,
right,
right.
Don't stop looking at that girl's boyfriend.
Don't you do it? Don't you slide in that man's DM?
Don't do
it.
Don't ruin the show, because we're
Please
live.
don't ruin our show.
But if you're interested, just slide in my DMs.
Yeah, there you go. Like, go another way, or mine. Like that's fine. Like, he's a friend of mine, so like.
No, actually, I'm.
Okay. we will feel that. One of us, somebody, like, just don't slide in his. That's all we care about. And so he's here, you know, to kind of he's our scapegoat, for like a better way to put it. He's in our social experiment, and he's first up. So like, look at him shaking it.
I don't know how comfortable I am with it.
He's like, I feel like we're on like Nickelodeon, and like we about to slime somebody,
right,
and like we about to get slimed, but he don't know like how bad it's gonna be. But it's okay, bro. Like, you're in good hands. Welcome. And so I'll let him tell whatever he wants to tell about you to the rest of the world.
Oh man, what's up, everybody? My name is Cedrice, Cedric with the E on the end. But anyway, so what can I say? This boy, they got me scared a little bit. I think Christian dating is very, very, very interesting. I have a lot of different. Maybe I have an interesting perspective. You know, maybe you can let me know if it's interesting or not. But yeah, so I'm here. I like the idea. I like, you know, I like the vibe that's going on. So I'm just here to you know, just ride the wave with y'all.
That's what's up. So speaking of which, as somebody who is our contestant, what has been your experience with dating at this current juncture? So like, what is your history a little bit, and then what would pull you in on a show like this?
Okay. I'm back. Let's see. The song comes to mind. I can't think of the artist right now, but I'm single again.
Back on the prowl.
Since about 2018, and it's been a very interesting just space to date. And I really just think, you know, healthy dating isn't not a lot of examples of it. There's not a lot of ideology on it, and so you run into all kind of people. But I just think for me, it's been tough because you set your boundaries, you set your expectations, and then you keep it. A lot of times you don't hear about guys, you know, setting a standard and expectation.
Ooh, talk about it.
Yeah, so I got them, and I'm just never that's one thing. That's part of my forgiveness plan. I just reestablish boundaries and make sure I don't make the same mistake again. So,
what is the forgiveness plan? You're like saying so many things.
Oh man, so I did a young adult webinar a little bit ago for the church up here in the Bay, and I just talked about forgiveness. A lot of people, they tell you to do it, but they don't tell you how to do it. And so part of that was just in the sense of, the first thing is accepting the fact, whatever ugly truth you got to accept, and then the next part is just being able to deal with those feelings, and then reestablish boundaries, and then let it go, and then you can forgive after all that. You have this process after all that. So,
come
on with those jewels. Come on.
No, but for real. So I'm gonna take seriously. Like the slightest sidebar and plug myself because, so I am a new author. If you got the book, shout out to you. You're amazing. Thank you. My book is called When Seasons Change. I am actually single again as well as of 2018. So seriously, like same. But one thing that I talk about is that forgiveness is a process, right? I think sometimes in our doctrine, we like in our theological like education, we're taught like, forgive, like, as 77 times 7 and all that kind of stuff. But we don't realize that it's a process. And as a matter of fact, it can be dangerous to forgive without going through the process, especially when you encounter deep relational trauma or relational brokenness in general, because what you're doing is it's pretty much putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound, right? Like, oh, I forgive you, but have you examined the cost of your forgiveness, right? The word talks about counting the cost. What is the cost of your forgiveness? So that way you can actually pay the price. Otherwise, you're really just your surface healing. And then when you are triggered or when you encounter something that is adverse or that may be challenging, but not necessarily an issue, you're going to react out of the layers and areas that you didn't actually heal. And so that is super duper important, especially, and I think to relate that all back to Christian singlehood and dating, there's a lot of us walking around with Band-Aids thinking that we have gone through the whole process, and we wonder why we leave trails of broken relationships behind us, right? Because we like, yo, like, people don't want to be absent anymore. People don't want to be this anymore. No, you did not take the time to heal, and so your lens is broken. And so everything that you see, right? Everything's a nail to a hammer. So everything that you see is from that perspective. And so that is like so important that we actually, it's all fun and games and whatnot, but at the same time, like when we do not go through the process of dealing with our relational brokenness, then we leave behind like a trail of like mishaps in the dating process. And then we become people who just sit and wait, but you don't really mean that you're sitting and waiting. You mean that you're paralyzed. But I didn't come here to preach.
The doors of the church are open.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, you could have just said my name, and then we could have been okay. Like, you don't have to send no subliminal messages, man.
Next time.
I'm gonna ask you next time, AJ. I got you.
Man.
So with that being said, I think me and you, Cedrice, have like that particular perspective, but for everybody else, like what is the biggest barrier to Christian dating in a healthy way that you've encountered? Like, we'll start with you, JB.
I think, and this may be interesting, but actually it is the Christian teaching regarding the dating. I know this sounds like counterproductive, but like, just follow me here. Like a lot of what we have taught is not productive to the dating environment, specifically in the realm of femininity. And let me say why. Like, we spend so much time focusing like our gospel, and when I say our, I'm like including myself in like the general idea and consensus of what we teach in the church, like completely from a generalities point, but it is what it is. We spend so much time of our gospel trying to focus on what women do, like how they dress, how, like, what they do with their bodies, how they even present their gospel, or whether or not they even have the ability to present the gospel in our pulpits. Like, that's still a thing. Like, in some churches, like, we spend so much time focused on how the woman is supposed to be, that the man is there within neglected. And I think that is the problem with dating. That's the problem with masculinity. That is the problem with why we see a lot of feminine traits. And that is not a negativity. That's just an actuality in a lot of the men that are in our churches. Those of you that are in AW know that, like, a few days ago, we had a post that just talks about the men that women have to choose from, or like forced to choose from, for like a better way to put it, that are in the church. And to be honest, like, I shared the post and you know, I'll own up to it. And the reason I shared it, because it was very, very interesting. Like, personally, I don't have that experience with a lot of the things that were on that list, to be honest with you. For those of you that saw it, and for those of you that didn't, just go back in the group and you'll see it. But I don't have an issue, or have never dealt with a lot of those things that are on that list. And so, like, I was just genuinely curious as to how that experience. And then, like, I thought about it. I just thought about how that translates to the real world. Like, how that is, like, because a lot of times in church, we get in this microcosm of church, and we don't, like, realize how that actually applies to the real world. So, like, sometimes we have to, like, kind of step outside of that and see, like, if what we think in our four walls actually applies to the rest of the world. Like, if the rest of the world were to do this, would this still be true? And so as we get into those questions, like, the idea of, in general, in every culture, do we too much focus on the femininity of that culture as opposed to developing the men in the right way that we should? There are very few cultures that focus on that. And so I think that creates a huge contention in the dating market. From the feminine perspective, I can only imagine. But I just see friends that I know and things that they think and the ideology that they follow behind in the way that we're taught. And I think that's a huge obstacle in the dating process.
Yeah, so sorry if my sound is really loud, but there's one thing that you say often, and it's dating market. What does that mean to you when you say dating market? Because I've never heard anybody describe it.
So when I say dating market, I'm basically referring to the pool that you have to select from if you are a single person. That is the people that have made themselves available and are of the same sexuality, I guess. At this point, like, you have to include that idea as you, which is interesting. Like, that's a whole nother topic, but, like, you have to actually include that in your particular dating market. But it is what you are attracted to and what you attract. If I would say that would be a personal particular market. If I was able to sum that up, like, into a thing, it is what you are attracted to and what you can attract. So, like, it's literally like any market, supply and demand. You know, what you can provide or what you can bring, or what is available to you.
So one thing that you said is available. I'm gonna let whoever wants to take this. I think that that's a key point, right? Is availability. And one thing I'll even say from my own experience is I have encountered more single, unavailable people that didn't know they were unavailable than like single, available people.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where when I meet somebody who's single and available, I'll be like, you sure?
You sure?
Because it's so rare. But I wonder, like, and I feel like that only happens in Christendom and not, like, anywhere else. So why are so many Christian singles unavailable? Like, anybody can take that.
I mean, I think that most people, when you talk about availability and unavailability, there are so many people that are single, as in they are not committed to, they're not married, but they're still committed to people. Whether you talk about the woman at the well who was caught in the act, had multiple husbands. So many people have so many parts of us, then there's nothing for anybody else to have. Mm-hmm. And until we call back all of those fragmented pieces and allow God to really put us together and for us to be whole, we will forever be unavailable to the people. Yeah. Or to the person that we're designed for. I'll say that.
I actually tag team that because recently I was talking to a friend and they said one of the things that you do not consider in that is you have to consider your desires and where your desires are rooted in. A lot of times, like if your desires are rooted in selfishness, you'll always make the wrong decision. I tell people all the time, this is not fair. I know this is good, but it's not fair. But if you don't choose God, you will always make the wrong decision. Mm-hmm. Every single time.
Say it again.
If you don't choose God, you will always make the wrong decision. Mm-hmm. Like and the Bible puts it this way: lean not into your own understanding.
Come on.
But in all your ways acknowledge Him. And I think that's what it comes down to. A lot of times we lack the self-awareness, like to realize that instead of standing up strong in this situation, we need to lean, but not on our own understanding. We need to lean on something that's bigger than our understanding. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes when we don't make that decision, every time, really, when we don't make that decision, it's wrong. And I think that's where it comes down to, like even in our dating life, like we believe that, like, I always talk to people, it's so funny, like that people, they ask the wrong questions. Like, first off, you meet people online, which is like, all right, very impersonal, right? Like in the whole idea of like meeting people online. Like, but then after that, like you got to get to know them. So like, okay, but they ask questions like what do you do? You know, or like, where do you live? Or like, where do you work? You know, or like, what kind of car do you drive? But to be honest, like if we talk about longevity and compatibility, none of that matters.
Exactly.
Exactly. Everything I just asked you out of all of those questions were irrelevant. Like
I don't care about
it has nothing to do with. I'm gonna pass it. Like I don't know. I give it to Shadrice or I give it to the Alexandria crew in the top. But like I don't understand how that matters, and we have misfocused in the process of getting to know people, and that affects the whole process.
Yeah, I mean, if I could just jump in real quick, I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Jeremy, you gave the spiritual side of it, and I think, looking at it holistically, I just think there's a lack of emotional intelligence going into dating, and I think, there's a lot of trauma, unaddressed trauma that goes into it, even when we're picking. So that's why a lot of us pick wrong. I remember I was talking to somebody, one of my friends, and they were just like, "Man, your picker's broke."
Yes.
But I think it's a trauma-informed thing. So the whole thing is that people end up, and then you end up in these struggle love things, right? Like your relationship.
No more struggle love. I'm sorry. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, your love is deeper based on how much struggle you have presented in your relationship.
I don't want no struggle. All my life I had to fight Cedric. I'm done.
I had to fight my daddy.
My goodness gracious. Free me. I apologize.
No. It's just a thing where it's like you end up loving the struggle more than you love the person that you're trying to build a life with. Yeah. And I think that's how you end up with unmet expectations and a lot of frustration and different things like that. So I think, like for me in my experiences, I think it's like it's probably well, let me turn the corner real quick on this, and I'm gonna just let it go. So the thing is, I think that like for a lot of times,
come on, preacher, don't turn the corner, just turn it up.
I'm tripping. A lot of times, I chose based on a fear of rejection. that in this time of being single now, bro, I've learned how to embrace that rejection in a sense that I really believe that rejection comes to people like us who are not strong enough or who have not just came to the point of wisdom to let go of not enter certain situations. And so now I've learned to embrace rejection. So if somebody says they're not for me, cool. I feel no kind of way about it. Yeah. I don't, it's just one of those things. I don't lose value because somebody rejects me, or somebody doesn't like me, or people don't like dark-skinned people, people don't like bald-haired people, people don't like whatever. You've been married before, you have kids. It don't matter. If that's your thing, that's your thing. I don't have to fix who I am and try to adjust. Like everybody, I'm the only one bald. It's cool.
No, I am too. It's okay.
No, I was bald a couple weeks ago, bro. You good?
I'm still bald now. Okay.
Yeah, no, but what you just said something about rejection, and I actually was gonna speak on rejection, and that's why I had to set up when you said it. But a lot of us date out of rejection or don't date out of rejection. We had a failed relationship where they didn't like something about us, and then that gives us an insecurity. So therefore, we feel some type of way, and we don't want to present what could be a great thing, but somebody else didn't just appreciate that. When you just said something about dark skin, just because it's not their preference doesn't mean that it won't be appreciated by someone else. Come on. You can take somebody to a Rolls Royce dealership, and because they know that they can't afford it, they're going to make every excuse to make themselves look good is why they won't buy their Rolls Royce, but in turn it's just not meant for them because they can't afford it. We can't depreciate our value because someone else fails to see it, and a lot of times that's what happens, and then we carry the rejection piece, and then we go from go from bed to bed and house to house trying to find a missing piece, something that will validate us, when most times it's the other person who didn't understand what they had when they have it, but we internalize that, and then we walk around broken and breaking other people.
Yeah.
Man.
That's
just send your cash app. I'll send my offering.
That's wonderful.
I send my offering.
That's wonderful. That's the reason, to just piggyback on your point, that's the reason that Rolls Royce does not ever have to advertise.
Look, hey.
When you say that,
come on.
Because listen, you said Rolls Royce don't have. Yeah, Rolls Royce don't have to advertise, and I love that because even with women, the Bible says that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. That means y'all are our Rolls Royce. Y'all don't have to advertise because we supposed to be looking for y'all.
Come on now.
I mean, I do put this on a shirt.
I am a Rolls Royce.
I just see you having you, bro. Just like, this doctor, bro. Can somebody tag me in?
Right.
Tag you in.
Because the part of yes, Rolls Royce is expensive and they don't need no commercial. But guess what? Somebody knows about their performance. Somebody knows about, and when you see it driving down the street, you know what it is. Mm-hmm. So it may not be the type of advertisement that is blatant and in your face and gratuitous, but it's I'm gonna get my little shine on. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day,
you're supposed to.
You need glasses to see a young pimp. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? One of my favorite songs is "So Will I." And it talks about how the creation of God reveals, hey, how raw he is. And every time you look around, in everything you see, you can see how.
Yes, and it all.
I get excited. You can see, even in the Rolls Royce, that's an extension of God. Y'all like it.
But Jeremy, the cool thing about the Rolls Royce, if I can jump in on this analogy as well, the cool thing about it, if I present a Rolls Royce and you tell me you don't want it, you tell me it burns too much gas, my insurance too high, I can't afford it, just because you reject the Rolls Royce, it does not change the value of that Rolls Royce at all. And that's the lesson in embracing rejection. Just because you don't like it, just because you got something crazy to say about it, cool. You don't like the color, you don't like the gas consumption, you don't like the bling of it or whatever, the grandiose of it. It don't matter I still got the same value.
Yeah.
When I pull off.
So I'm kind of looking in the comments. I'm trying to pose questions. I don't know if they're kind of shooting their shots already or what's going on, but they're asking a relationship status and how many kids do we have. Listen, I'm not a contestant. I'm a host, but for the
you can be.
Who said? Bro. You can't just put me on the spot like that. But anyway, my name is AJ. I'm 32. I'm single. No,
First of all, I'm really about to put you on blast, AJ. I'm really about to put AJ on blast because every other day he makes a post about how he's trying to have somebody have his baby. So how you gonna do that, fam? If you not letting nobody shoot your period? His Facebook profile is live. Every other day he like, so what you say after Father's? He's like, I got 10 months till. I got 12 months till Father's Day, y'all. I got 3 months to make something happen.
So that's what we doing. We gonna do this in front of all the people.
Wow. She gonna do like that in front of the church.
But since she said it, we got a little less than 2.5 months to make me a daddy by Father's Day of next year.
Since we're already here.
Since we're here.
Bro, she trying to rebuke you openly so others can hear it, bro.
I just started sweating.
How we gonna get you? How we gonna get you to Father's Day? If you ain't trying to be somebody's daddy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Daddy.
Listen, we're trying to get Cedrice with somebody. Then I'm gonna come to the wedding and get somebody.
We don't gotta throw that over here. We ain't gotta throw that heat over here.
Cedrice said I feel a shift in here.
Woo, not my air. I need some oxygen now. Okay, let's go back. Where were we before that? Because I done got nervous.
In the comments.
The comments.
The kids,
Oh yeah, so I don't know. I'm single. I'm divorced too, so I don't know if y'all still consider that single, but I am single.
You've experienced divorce, but that's a social worker. I mean, we're not gonna talk about that.
Hold up, say that again.
You've experienced.
I said you've experienced.
Yes, and ironically, my ex-wife is one of my closest friends. It just didn't work for us at that time.
Tasha's amazing.
Yeah, so anytime I need anything, like because I do cater and stuff like that, like she's my sous chef, like whatever, like we just good friends. So y'all, so I do want to dispel any rumors that if it didn't work, then y'all enemies, because that's not my story. Yeah. But yeah, so and we didn't have any children. We were married for a year and a half. We've been divorced for probably like a year and a half as well. But like we good, and so yeah, I don't have any children.
We good. Sorry, that wasn't funny, but
definitely single. Not like.
Oh, so they hated Tanisha's like they don't want to know about us. They want to know about Cedrice.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, dang.
Okay.
All right, so this is what we're about to do. I apologize because I was like in and out of being face forward, but we actually have a little bit of a plot twist to tonight's episode. So, us non-show folks are going to step to the side, and Cedric, we are going to kind of do a little bit of a mock episode and see what's happening.
What's popping?
Let's clot it on shit.
I got to plug my computer real quick.
Nah, fam, we here now. Okay. So it's a couple people,
You're in the driveway. Don't back
I'll be right back. I got to plug in my computer. Hold on.
Now he got to try.
Make it right.
My boy done skipped town.
Come on. With exceeding great joy, let's get it. We want to see it.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a brief intermission, and when we come back, you guys will actually get a little bit of the show. So, Alex, if you don't mind, we're going to do a brief intermission. We're going to come back with a word from our sponsor, and then we will get it cracking. Do not go anywhere. As a matter of fact, I will probably tell you to get a friend because it's about to be something. All right?
Share if you care. Share if you care.
Share.
Share.
So they didn't hear us.
Thank you guys. Welcome back. Sorry about that. We've been having some technical difficulties, so we do apologize about that, you guys. We're going to go ahead and continue with the show today.
We were talking, y'all didn't hear us. First of all, we did give y'all, we showed y'all got to talk to our sponsors or got a word from our sponsors, Imperfect Fitness. Go to imperfectfitness.com. You sign up for a free 30-minute. Oh, I heard my voice. Sign up for a 30-minute consultation, and they're going to get you right for the summertime. Summertime fine.
Summertime fine. Get these abs going in. Sundress looking right, you know.
She keeps saying these abs and looking over here. Bro, listen, she going to get this keg this summer. Then we're going to get them abs next summer. We're going to get that six-pack. But no, we have two of our eligible bachelorettes on with us. And then, of course, we have our eligible bachelor, Cedrice. So I think we're about to bring them on in.
Yes. So we have Shantae Reese, and then we also have Miss Amberlynn Williams. Let's see. And it should be coming on. I don't see him in. All right.
So as they're bringing them on, let's talk. We're gonna talk.
All right.
So you single?
Absolutely.
What are you waiting on? Like in your singleness, what is it that you're doing to make sure that when he comes, you're gonna be complete and whole?
So I'm all about Jesus and therapy. So had a relationship last year, was together for a while, and I just needed to like break free. And I'm just like, okay, that didn't work for me. So right now I'm just dealing with, revamping myself and spending time consulting God. Hey, Shantae!
Hey!
How you doing?
I'm getting an echo, so I'm hearing both of it at the same time. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to shut down the YouTube. So give me one moment.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
So you only hear one voice, right?
I only hear one voice.
Good, because the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. I'm trying to make sure hear ye the voice of the Lord.
That's the only voice I want to hear.
Well, how you doing? How you doing?
Good.
Are you excited? Are you nervous?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I am.
You ready to shoot your shot?
Sure, why not?
The ball is in your court.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you guys are gonna actually, you and Cedrice will be in like a virtual date today. So we're gonna ask a couple of questions, and then towards the end, you guys will just let us know if you want to shoot your shot.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna bring in Cedrice. He should be coming in soon. There we go.
What's up, Cedrice?
What's up?
You nervous, man?
Super.
Breathe in and breathe out, bro. I got your back. I'm holding your hand, bro. I got you.
I'm trying not to hyperventilate. Yeah.
Listen.
So as we was telling her, what we're gonna do today, at this moment, we guys are gonna have your virtual date. In a sense, we're gonna ask you guys a couple of questions, a couple of scenario questions, and then towards the end, we will let you guys know, or you guys will let us know, and the audience know, whether you guys want to continue to shoot your shot, towards the end. Okay.
It's frozen.
And then let's see. Shantae, you still there?
I am.
Okay, good. Cool beans. All right.
Talk to her.
All right.
His screen frozen.
All right. All right, you guys. So I know this is probably your guys' first time doing online dating.
Hey, I am so sorry to pop in here. It's frozen right now. Yeah. So give us a second to fix these issues. I apologize to everybody watching. Obviously, you know, the first time isn't going to be perfect, but if you guys just hang tight 1 second, we'll figure out why it is freezing.
Okay.
I'm going to give Alex a call.
All right. Do we need to pause it?
No, not the pull up.
Julian Rice said the screen's got the Rona.
Will everybody follow us?
All right, you guys. Thank y'all so much for bearing with us. Look, the devil don't want us to win. The devil is just like, he don't want us to win at all. So I do apologize, and I thank you guys so much for just being patient with us during this time.
I love it.
Yes.
she blamed it on the devil. I love it. He be hating.
Listen,
it's his fault.
It is nobody else.
So can y'all tell me what y'all talking about while we were having technical difficulties?
I heard somebody have the kids on the same birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, our youngest are
both of your yes. They're 5 years apart.
Really? Okay. All right.
Oh wait, 4 years.
4 years.
4 years apart.
Yeah. Now somebody lying. Somebody said.
I just wasn't about to do the math. I'm still nervous. I'm over here like, yeah, whatever she said. Yeah. So, 8 years. Oh my God.
No, so I want to get in. I want to ask a couple of questions. You know, we've been talking about dating, and a lot of times we hear dating with a purpose. What does dating with a purpose mean to y'all?
You want to go first?
Sure. I think for me, it's like making sure that there's a map. Like you have a destination, there's a starting point, and there's a destination that you're trying to get to. And so along the lines, you're asking specific questions, you're looking for certain things, you're waiting for God to confirm numerous signs, and with the purpose in mind of this is someone that could potentially be somebody I spend the rest of my life with. Or this is a person who may potentially be a lifelong friend. So it doesn't actually necessarily have to end up in marriage. It could just be, I found my best friend, or I found a friend, or someone that I can count on.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm learning because I haven't dated in a long time. So this is like me starting over and learning how to do it the right way.
Yeah.
I dig that. I guess I can kind of ride with that because I think I agree with the destination piece, but another part that's not really talked about a lot is a strategy. There's a strategy to purposeful dating, and so and then I think we kind of alluded to it earlier in my introduction when I was talking about how that strategy is also, it has expectations, it has a lot of different things to it that makes you kind of helps you make you see what you're looking for. And like I said, in this time of being single, I really had a chance to really just dig in for about after experiencing a divorce this last time. I took about 9 months of just me, just really trying to figure out what those expectations are. And, where did I go wrong? What is my toxicity? What strategies do I need to implement to make sure that, I'm not, bleeding on someone else with pain from somewhere else? Just a lot. And so incorporating a strategy with that destination, but more so focusing on connection than anything, I think is purposeful dating for me.
Okay. Cool beans. Good. Cool beans. All right, so if you guys had to describe yourself, and there's so many different words, but if you can describe yourself in 3 words, what would they be and why?
My first word would be loyal. And I would say my why behind that would be because I'm a very loyal person. So if I tell you I'm going to be there for you, I'm going to be there for you. No matter what. I've always been that way. Another word would be grace giving. I have learned that we are not perfect.
Yeah.
And we have no room or right to beat ourselves up or anybody else. It is important that we extend grace to others in their process, and understanding that right now may not be the time, but it could always be later down the line.
Listen.
So it's okay that, we give people space and give them the grace to work through their issues, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to progress and get to where we're supposed to be at the end of the day in order to be beneficial to one another. My last word would be Laughter. I love to laugh. That is why I don't look for it.
Listen, Cedrice, if you don't want to, I'm shooting my shot, bro. No, seriously. No, that grace giving, like, I love that one. I love that one.
Yeah.
What are you, Cedrice?
So I think I would have to start with resilience. I've gotten myself into a whole lot of trouble trying to navigate this life, starting very early. I don't know. I moved out of California when I was 18, and so never really been out of the South before that point. I'm originally from Kentucky, and just the resilience that I've been graced or blessed with is really just it really just encapsulates my life, where I am today. My next word, I have to go with grace as well. I would say graceful, but not in the sense of like movement, but graceful, like, because I understand grace is for the guilty. I'm not, the perfect person like I just got to be talking about. And we all have a story, we all have a past, we all have things to overcome. But one thing that I've learned to explore is the grace that has been given to me to be able to give back to others within boundaries.
Gotcha.
My last word, and I ain't trying to be churchy. I promise I'm not. I'm not the churchy guy. But my last word's gonna have to be redeemed, because I've been able to really, and I don't know. Over time, I've been able to put down and really put away a lot of childish things, and really, really become a man in front of people that was uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And really just grow in the presence of scrutiny and everything. So I think it's redeemed, and now I know that I know what I've done. I know who I used to be. I know the things that I bring to the table, but I also know who I am today and who I've grown into.
Let me tell you what you just did. You said, I'm not churchy, but I'm graceful because grace is for the guilty, and I'm redeemed. Bro, you just preach. I don't know. But like that was good. So I have a question, because there are a lot of mistakes that we've made, and of course I do love the fact that we, especially I say we, I'm talking about y'all two, have made sure that you say, oh, I'm not perfect, I've done this, I've done this, I've done that. What are some things that you feel have led you to your singleness, that into the current state of singleness that you are in right now?
That's a very good question. What's led me to my singleness is the fact that I got tired of settling. And training little boys, trying to make them men when they haven't gone through the healing process.
Come on.
And I got tired of it.
Hey, you just came out swinging.
Look, we're being authentic, right?
Listen,
right?
No, I get it.
I think it was something that I had to learn and had to forgive myself, because it wasn't like God didn't tell me, girl, no. And like literally learning how to trust God's timing and understand that I still have to get to know me, because I'm ever evolving. There's always, my seasons are changing. So the person that I was 3 years ago is not the person I am today. I mean, even the person I was in January is not the person I am right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly learning and constantly growing to be a better me and get rid of some of the baggage that I carried for so long. That was unnecessary, that actually played a part in why some of my relationships didn't work.
Yeah.
So taking on that responsibility and learning from those mistakes, and then allowing God to just really heal me and make me whole and really embrace the love that he had for me in order for me to turn around and give it back.
Oh, man. That's good.
I wasn't trying to be churchy. I'm sorry.
Look, what you said, I don't even, what I'm supposed to say now. I think that what's led to me being single now is just a sense of being committed to healing. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people swear for the rest of their lives they're going to be healing. And once again, I won't try to be churchy. However, we serve a God of completion. And so we don't have to be on this road of healing our whole lives. We have to get to a point where we are healed. Mm-hmm. And so, and I made a lot of decisions in the healing phase. And so it's led to me just having to just stop, honestly, just really stop and just be like just like you said, Shante, it's like, I'm just really trying to figure out, like I think it's really true. Just figure out who I am and what I'm bringing. And then, really working on those things that that I bring that are not necessarily great. You know what I'm saying? And then accepting those things. I know a lot of people of color, we deal with imposter syndrome. So really accepting those things that I have about me that is great. I can really be great without having that false humility of, well, I'm just here and I'm just, no, I think I'm a great guy and I think I can do great things. I just have to keep it all in perspective and just dig into who God made me to really be.
Gotcha.
Okay. So this next question that we have for you guys, it's if you know me, I am like the queen of hypothetical questions that probably will never happen in the world, but still. So I'm going to paint a scenario for you guys, and you just let me know what your response will be or what your reaction will be. So you two are both out eating, right? You're out eating at a restaurant, and your server happens to be your ex. How would you, your most recent ex, how would you deal with that situation? Like, what would be your reaction? Would you ask to move to another table? Like, what would be your reaction during that?
I'm not moving. Moving. I have learned to still be cordial.
Okay.
Basically what she said, you're going to get all this date. You're going to see what you missed.
Now, I will say, if it makes him uncomfortable, then I will move, because I don't ever want to put him or whoever is at the table in a position where they're uncomfortable, because I don't know what that waiter's going to do. I don't know how the other side's going to act.
Gotcha.
I'm leaving.
The whole restaurant. Let's go.
Yeah. It's time. We got to shut this down. For safety reasons. No. So I think
for safety reasons.
No, I think okay. So I had a second job as working at a restaurant one time, and just knowing how it goes down.
Oh, okay.
I don't need her back in the kitchen talking about, oh, but this is my ex and his date's plate and this is we're leaving.
Listen,
it's been great.
Yeah.
Cause it's a little extra moisture on my food, then we're gonna have a problem.
I didn't think about that side.
No, I definitely get it. But we do thank y'all. Thank you, Miss. I was about to call it Shante Renee. I don't know why I was about to. No, I was about to say Chantrice. I don't know why. I apologize. I remember your name. I remember your face. I remember your smile. I'm shooting my shot, kinda.
This ain't about you right now.
No, I'm just playing. I promise I'm just playing. But we do thank you. We're gonna have you go into our waiting room, into our green room, and we're gonna bring Amberly out, or bring Amberly. But we definitely thank you. Stay put.
Yes.
No. You do transition?
How do you do that?
Hello.
We see you.
I hear her, but I don't see her.
I did. She just told me to unmute my
phone. Hold on.
I wasn't expecting to be on camera.
Cedrice, this is the voice of the Lord. Blessing you, son. You have another selection. God is upon you.
Hey, Amberly, how you doing?
Hi, how y'all doing?
I'm great. My name is AJ, of course, and this is...
I'm Key.
She didn't even let me tell you who she was.
Because I'm going to tell you.
Listen, she said, I'm Key. And, of course, this is Cedric. So, of course, you are shooting your shot live. You ready?
Got no choice now.
Listen, you in the game. Coach can put you in.
So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be asking you guys a couple of different questions, and then give you guys the time to talk amongst yourself. And then at the end of the night, you guys can just let us know if you want to continue shooting your shot, or whatever your decision is at that time. Okay? Don't be nervous. Okay?
Can't get on blast.
Welcome to the party. Alrighty, so the first question we want to ask for you both, how important is making it, I would say Facebook official, or I would say social media official? How important is that for you when you're entering in a relationship?
I don't think that's important, because everybody doesn't need to see who you're talking to at that current time, because you never know. It may not work. It may work.
Yeah.
And you don't need everybody coming up, oh, I used to date him. Okay, but you're not dating him now. So why does that matter? Okay. And it can also cause conflict in a relationship. Like, who's this person coming in my inbox talking about you doing this, that, and the third? But you can't listen to everything everybody's saying.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cedric, how important is it to you?
I do not care at all about social media and put my relationship on there. Social media is something I scroll through when I'm bored. I recently started a podcast with some co-hosts, so I'm on there more for that. But I'm not really. It's not a big deal for me to make any announcement on social media. It just depends on. Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, I keep it there.
Gotcha.
So listen, excuse me. What are 3 characteristics that are both important to you in a mate?
Personality, appearance, not really saying you gotta be the finest person in the world, but at least know you take care of yourself.
Okay.
I say man of God, a real consistent man of God.
Expound on that for me just a minute. I mean, because okay.
So in other words, you can say you're a man of God and you're a Christian, but are you really doing the work that you need to do to actually show that you're a man of God? Mm-hmm. Not just living the part, saying, oh, I'm a man of God, but just to get the person, but actually following what you preach.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
No, it makes perfect sense.
What are you, Cedric?
That was 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the first one. Has to be integrity. It kind of goes with what you just got through saying, in the sense of just be who you are. If you, I'm just gonna say this: if you're a man of God or not, just be that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just present who you are. I think the next part is discretion. Discretion is key. The next one will probably be, and this is not in any particular order. The next one would let's stay surface. I guess appearance.
Okay. And that's facts. Yeah. All right. So I have one more question for you guys. If you guys could, random question, if you guys could change one thing about the world, what would you change and why? I know that's hard. We have a lot of stuff going on in this world right now, you guys. So just letting y'all know. If I
could change one thing, I think I would try to eradicate mental health. Mental illness, I should say. Not mental health, mental illness.
I knew what you meant. I was with you.
Okay. Just in the sense of just, folk are crazy, man. And it really messes up. It messes, with that. Well, I shouldn't say crazy because it's kind of derogatory, but people have issues out here, man, and it messes with them. It messes with the people around them, and unfortunately, yeah, I've had the opportunity to be a part of a lot of craziness, so I ain't vibing with that.
What about you, Amberly?
I say there's a lot of injustice that needs to be changed in the world. Mm-hmm. A lot of, not just going on based on what's going on right now, it's just a lot of stuff that I've seen by working in jails and stuff that I know needs to be changed, and it plays a lot into their backgrounds of what they're dealing with too at home. So, you know, of course, you know, that ties into mental health and all the injustice, and that's a big thing for me.
Okay. So listen, y'all are out one night. You're at a bar. You're dancing. You're having a couple of drinks. Everything is fine. Amberly, a girl comes over and dances on Cedrice. What do you do?
Why would you ask?
I'm trying to see what you gonna do.
First of all, after I'm like shocked that you actually did this, I'm gonna leave for you like really. But I'm not gonna make a big thing, but I'm gonna look at her like, seriously. Yeah. I'm not one of the type of people that's gonna start fighting somebody just because of that.
Got you. Cedrice, a dude y'all on a date, he come over there grinding on Amberly. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna see what she does. If she dances with him, then I'm up.
Yeah. Okay.
I got you. I wanted somebody to hit somebody. That's what we wanted. No, I'm just messing with you.
I'm not trying to go there.
Listen, no, but just like we did before, we're gonna we know that y'all got some decisions to make, but we're gonna allow y'all time to kind of chit chat for a couple of minutes. So we will be back in just a little moment and allow y'all time to talk.
What?
Oh.
I'm like, what happened?
So basically, this is y'all's time. We're gonna leave y'all over here for a couple of minutes, and this will be y'all time to kind of talk.
Hey, sorry. So we're actually not going to do that. We're going to move on to decision time. And so what we're going to do is take a second. Alex, we are going to give Cedric a second to think about his date and decide which one he wants to move forward with, as well as giving the ladies a chance to decide if they want to continue to get to know him. So we are going to take literally a 45-second intermission, and we will be right back with the decision.
Because they call, so
you said the talk thing. That's all.
But then they can hear.
Okay. It's frozen.
Wanna play some music?
Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get out of the zone and come back in.
Okay.
My phone.
It played.
Yeah, that's my phone.
I know, but yeah, the YouTube is on your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
There, the music stopped.
Oh yeah, because it cut to I transitioned it over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on, y'all. I'll come right back in. Because I should have known this zone popped up in my phone.
So we're just gonna tell them to hold up their paper at the count of 3.
Yep.
Hey,
that was me, big fella. Cause I feel like this, man. I'm gonna let you look at me. I'm turning my camera on.
not right now, bro.
I'm gonna say this: you shooting your shot.
Bro, we live, bro. Hey, I need you to be quiet, man.
It's always that one. You had one job, just one job.
So listen, y'all. We are back. You cannot see us. We're gonna do it a little differently. We can see each other. That's why Jeremy just finna put me out there, and we trying to tell him to be quiet. But you can't see us. But we're gonna go into our decision time. So Kiana.
Yep. So we had the ladies write down on a piece of paper on whether yes they were going to continue to shoot their shot or whatever their decision was, and then we also did the same for Cedrice. So what we want ladies to do at the count of 3, I'm gonna count up to 3. And I want you guys to just let us know what your answer is, and then we're going to do the same for you, okay, Cedrice? All right. Y'all ready? So 1, 2, 3. Give me this answer. Ew. Okay.
Oh.
Hello.
Now,
Amberly, hold yours up a little. You right, little.
It said yes.
All righty. So at the count of 3 for you, Cedrice, the same thing, okay? We want you to do the same thing. So you want to go ahead and do it? All right.
My little drum a little louder than hers.
1, 2, 3. All right. Come on with the connection. Shantae's off the...
Oh, no, because it was in this... like, the thing was over. I was trying... She think I'm trying to steal your girl, man. I'm trying to see what you're saying.
This ain't Trey Songz. This is Steal Your Girl. No, this is not.
Man, I definitely... So thank you to all of our contestants and to our viewers who tuned in. We ask that you tune in next week. We know that this was almost like a trial run, so something that we did do, and we actually did it successfully. Yeah. Had a couple of glitches, but that's okay. So let us know what you think of the show tonight with the hashtag SYS Live, Shoot Your Shot Live, hashtag Authentically Wed. Also, if you'd like to be on the show, please send an email to admin@authenticallywed.com with a photo, 30-second video why you want to be on, your social media handle, and we'll reach back out to you.
Yes. And last but not least, we just want to say thank you so much to our sponsor. Today it's going to be Jaron Davis, and that was for Imperfect Fitness. So feel free. He has a group on Facebook, Imperfect Fitness Under Construction. So feel free to join the group. Trust me, them workouts are a killer. I'm a part of it. So you guys you won't regret it at all. Again, I'm Key.
I'm AJ, and we'll see you next time on Shoot Your Shot.
Peace. I don't hear no song, but I'm just dancing. Wait,